So now we have a very entertaining first round matchup between the Nets and the Celtics. Competitive? I don't know. Entertaining? I think for sure. Got to give Tristan Thompson, T-Top, a little bit of love quietly last night. What do you have, 12 and 12 in 30 minutes? I think, believe it or not, he's going to be a key or one of the keys for this series being competitive because they've got to win the paint. Tristan, if he's going to play minutes, especially with Robert Williams out, he's got to give him double-digit rebounds and be that physical presence that they thought he could be this season for them, because I think it goes without saying the Celtics have to win the paint to have any chance, because we know they're not going to win the perimeter. They're not going to outshoot and outskill the Nets with their offense. They're going to have to muck it up and win the paint and the physicality. Now, the Tatum-KD matchup is going to be fun, man. You wonder if Tatum can actually take a step here in the playoffs and build off this performance, because this is exactly how it should be when you see two players like this matching up. Tatum, at this point, he has the athletic advantage, but KD has the experience. And this is exactly how it should be when the paths cross of two different generational talents. So many times in the past, you'll see where, they match up and it's not fair. Either the young guy's not ready at all, or the old guy is too old, and so it's not much of a matchup. Right here, I think, is a perfect crossroads where KD's still KD, man. But Tatum is enough into his prime where he's got maybe a physical advantage on Durant, and can Durant counter that with his experience and skill? So I'm looking forward to that matchup a lot. Now, I'm sure Jeff Green is going to spend a lot of time on Tatum, but KD's going to want to go toe-to-toe at some point. You say what you want about KD and some of his off-the-court Twitter fingers and all that, but on the court, he wants to go toe-to-toe with the best. You got to respect that. And so I expect to see them. I just want to see it, man. I don't know quite how it's going to play out. Very slim chance they win the series, but if he can outplay Durant in the series, maybe that will allow him again to take this next step. You heard Kenny Smith talk about it last night. There's a lot of undertones to this series. Does the Kyrie Celtics thing come into play? Now, everyone's going to downplay it, right? No one's going to acknowledge it. But do the big three yield to Kyrie because it's his former squad? For instance, they need a bucket late. Harden's been cooking. Kyrie hasn't really been in rhythm, but yet they go to Kyrie because it's like, hey, we want you to take them out. We know this is your former team. Maybe a little bit far-fetched, but I could see it, because that's what we're all curious to see, right? Is with all three of them on the court, what is the pecking order? And perhaps against Kyrie's former team, they anoint Kyrie number one in the pecking order for this playoff matchup rather than attacking maybe the better matchup. Hell, maybe he is the best matchup, though. So we'll see.